Today we delve into a topic that is close to heart, an incredible journey of breastfeeding, a natural and nurturing bond between mother and child. We will be looking at what breastfeeding is, the importance, the profound advantages, and of course, the different positioning of breastfeeding. As always, you're welcome to the program, Your Health, where we look at health issues and of course, profile solution. I am Salamat Uzioma Lukman. Before we go into our discussion for today, let's go on a quick break as we give you the benefits of fenugreek, spinach, and guinea corn. That was on the benefits of fenugreek, spinach, and guinea corn. They are rich in iron, zinc, vitamin E, and also aid digestion, and most importantly, help with the production of breast milk, which happens to be our topic for today. Now let's meet our expert as she will be guiding us through what breastfeeding is and other important aspects. Do stay with us.
We know is a fundamental knowledge that breastfeeding and breast milk goes hand in hand, and breastfeeding is the process of feeding the baby with breast milk. So that process that the mother takes the baby to the breast and feed the baby, nourish the baby, is breastfeeding. That act is breastfeeding. The first milk that comes out of the mother's breast is what we call colostrum. So which means that even if you have a normal vaginal delivery or a cesarean section, you still have that opportunity to put that baby to breast in the first hour of birth, to start suckling and have advantage of starting with the colostrum. And energy dense, beautiful, and contain a lot of antibody. So which means that it contains a lot of ingredients that protects the baby from diseases. Now we expect colostrum to come to is the first breast milk, which starts from the birth to around, some enjoy it to 5-7 days, some it even lasts to 10 days, depending on the mom, especially if they are priming, the first timer, and that what we call first timer. So that's first milk is what we call colostrum, and colostrum has a lot of advantages to the baby and to the mother. You have a role to play in preserving the life of this baby and making the baby to be healthy by allowing the baby to have advantage of that first yellowish beautiful breast milk that contain a lot of vitamin, minerals, antibodies that protect the baby and reduce the risk of going to the hospital every day because of one disease or the other. So colostrum is really important part of breast milk. Now we have what we call matured milk. Matured milk comes after that. Is a little bit, is lighter is lighter than the colostrum. So it comes after the 5 days. Some it takes them after the 7 days for the mature milk to come. And once the mature milk comes, you see it is lighter. It's not as thick as the colostrum. So it's also very, very important, because more than 83% of the matured milk is actually water. So the question of, oh, my baby need water, does not really arise. And that is why no matter where your baby is, your breast milk is adequate. But one thing we also notice mother does, they'll put baby to breast. Within few minutes, they'll change to the second breast. It's not a practice that we promote. We want the mom to allow the baby to suckle on one breast, empty the breast. By so doing, the baby have opportunity to take the two parts of the breast milk. The farm milk, which is basically water that satisfies the thirst or quench the thirst, and the eye milk, which is the food component of the breast milk. So the baby will be able to enjoy it. And the next feed, you cannot put the baby, which means that as you're feeding the baby on the second breast, the first initial breast you fed the baby on will be preparing the breast milk, will be accumulating, be producing, and when next you want to feed the baby have enough to take. Let's start from the child. Everybody wants the child to survive, thrive, and transform to be a great leader. And that is the beginning of survival, where you feed your baby adequately. So the first thing it does is that self-awareness, the bonding that is established between the baby and the mom, that makes the baby to feel wanted, that makes the baby to feel protected, that makes the baby to feel love and be able to communicate love even when the baby is growing. The importance and the impact it also have on the development of the brain, which is one key area. It helps in brain development. And that is why you see babies who are adequately breastfed really stand out, even in career-wise. And one of the advantages that also through me is the fact that it helps to reduce risks of diseases, diarrhea, pneumonia, asthma, all different kinds, because breast milk starts as the first immunization the mother gives to the baby to become very healthy. So that breast milk actually reduces the risks of diseases. If other children are breaking down of diarrhea, of pneumonia, you see that the rate of these diseases among the children who are exclusively breastfed and adequately practice complementary feeding really reduce. Now, when it comes to breast milk, actually has what we call immunoglobulin A, which actually help the sight. So you see them, their sight is very sharp and they are smart. And apart from that, it's for the mom, it gives a kind of economic strength, which means that you don't need money to buy any other breast milk substitute. Is eco-friendly. The issue of littering can here and there is not there. It makes the mom to be healthy and very beautiful, elegant and strong. Again, we also know that breastfeeding as an act also helps to reduce cancers of the breast, cervical cancer, ovarian cancer. Study that shows that women who breastfeed their baby exclusively benefits from that, and that is huge. There are just basic principles. You want to feed your baby, is already there. You don't need hot water, you don't need anything. Is in normal temperature for this baby. All you need to do is please endeavor to wash your hand. Hand hygiene is a fundamental principle for breastfeeding to be successful. And sit down comfortably and put your baby to breast, not the breast to the baby. Enjoying that time. It's not the time to work with on your phone. It's not the time to chat away. It's not the time to turn. No, because positioning and attachment also play a significant role in ensuring successful breastfeeding practices. So which means that you need to take your baby to the breast. Look at the baby. The head is on the elbow side. You support the buttocks with your palm so that the arm here serves as a rest for the back and the head of the baby. Again, it helps to align the digestive system from the mouth to the stomach, because we all know that even as an adult, when you bend your neck, you will not be able to swallow effectively. So you feed your baby tummy to tummy, the lower lips turn outward, the baby's mouth wide open. You take in the nipple, including the areola, the black part goes in. The baby suckled and suckled. Baby get excited and look at you as a mom and say, "Mommy, thank you," and give you a smile that no one else can give you. That genuine smile of love and appreciation. Feeding baby with special need is actually, it can be challenging, but all the mom need is support. We need to support this mom, and that is why recently the government has also launched, which we are also supporting the government, the Federal Ministry of Health, the Division of Nutrition, to build capacity of the caregiver and also of the healthcare workers. In other words, feeding them needs some support, not some, need support by the experts and by the mom and the community at large. Feel them. So like a child with cleft palate, the positioning is different. So we have different positioning, like the modified football position, the dancer position, different position for this baby. But one principle is this: you cannot maintain the position or the angle that you are using for the other baby, for the normal baby, like the babies without this condition. So it has to be a little bit higher. Okay, raise the baby at the 45-degree angle to feel this baby. Sometimes you feel the baby on sitting up position. All of this is just that we don't want this baby to aspirate. So you see, the GIT, the gastrointestinal tract, and the respiratory tract, they are closely related. So you see, when food is going in, the epiglottis will cover the airway, so the breast milk goes there. So for that baby, that mechanism is weak. So if you don't raise the baby's head up, the baby suckled and aspirate, and you see the breast milk coming out from the nose ribs. Sometimes you see them getting choked, because the airway, the feed, which is fluid, has gone into the airway, into the lungs, and there are risks of pneumonia, there are risks of ear infection, so many things comes. But with good support, if this is diagnosed during pregnancy, which is the best thing, we can begin to work on with the mom to teach her different positioning to feed this baby. And it's also good because they are not actively latching, suckling. So it's also good for us to teach the mom how to express their breast milk and fill the baby with cup, which is good. And we have some other utensils recently that has been discovered, like the Paladin cup, It's not even common here in Nigeria, but it has a longer mouth that it releases the breast milk to the mouth of the baby, and the baby swallow. And the baby mother need to pay good attention, so that if the baby is trying to struggle with breathing, you quickly stop, you rock the baby and ensure that the baby is good, and call for help where you need help. Call for help where you need help. We always say, we promote that our mom, including the adolescent, should feed the baby on demand. So timing the baby is not really necessary. Feed the baby on demand. However, also have in mind that in a day, this baby is adequately fed for at least 10 to 12 times a day, including the night, because that is the problem where mother skip feeding at night. I know they are exhausted, they want to sleep, but you have a primary responsibility here, and that's why the men also need to come to play. We need you to be able to succeed in breastfeeding practices. So even both day and night, the baby should be fed adequately on demand. However, at least minimum of 10 to 12 times in a day. And as the baby grows, like we've said earlier on, during the 6 months and above, breast milk alone is not sufficient, which means that the demand is high. The energy requirement of the child is also high. So we need more food to sustain the baby at that period, from 6 months to 2 years and above. Lactation is the thing of the mind. Be happy with yourself, be happy with the baby. Second thing is, stay out of stress as much as possible. We used to tell our women that, look, housework will not finished. So do not overstress yourself. Rest adequately. So when you rest, it will help you to lactate well. And eat adequately. Like we used to say, eat Foster diets. What are Foster diets? Those diets that also help you to have optimal nutrition. So you want to eat in the morning. Look at what you're eating. You are taking one of the staples, the rice you're taking, is it akamu you are taking. But ensure that with the staples, you also need the legumes, the protein source food, and the vitamin, especially vitamin A source food. You also need that inclusive. And the animal source food. You also need that. As a pregnant woman and lactating mother, you also need to take snack. And when I'm saying snack, I'm not saying you should go and take Coke, you should go and take biscuit. Those are not healthy snacks. You need to take fruits. You also need to take the healthy, like owara. Is it owara? The cheese is good. So you look at what are the available. We are not saying you should go extra mile. What are the available food? Your akara can serve as your snack, and you take a lot of water. So that will really help. Now, some people will say, oh, when I take stout, when I take all manner of things. Again, could you look at the content of those things you are taking? Are they healthy? So most of them you discover that they're not really healthy. So please, we want you to have a healthy diet. And once you do that, your hygiene is also need to be optimal. Then you are fine. Just enjoying the moment, relax, sleep, rest, happy, and let people around you show you a lot of support. That will help you to lactate. Again, it's also good to take good or fluid intake also need to be improved. So whatever you like, please take it. People take a camel, people take juice, like the fruit juice, the one you prepared, not the one that they put the chemical together. So this really help. Some people will tell you, oh, I will take a pami, all manner. You know that pami is fermented. So if it's fermented and you take it, it makes you to sleep, and everything you take is in the breast milk. The baby also take and sleep. So that is not actually healthy for you. But we know that when you eat well, you rest well, you are happy with your environment, it actually helps you to lactate.
It is important to recognize that not all mothers are able to breastfeed their babies due to various reasons. If it is medically recommended, then it is okay. With the support and advice of medical experts, it will help you see you through this process. Now let's go on our health tips on breastfeeding. It is interesting to know that breastfeeding helps reduce extra calories, and it contains all the ideal nutrients that a baby needs to develop and grow healthy. Now let's look at our Did You Know segment. Interesting facts out there. It is good to find out that breastfeeding could serve or may serve as a form of contraception if specific conditions are met. Now let's go on a quick break. Welcome back. Our focus today was on breastfeeding, the importance of breastfeeding, and of course, our experts did give the different foods that could help produce, enough breast milk. And of course, breastfeeding comes with a whole lot of challenges, but with the support and advice of experienced hands and experts, you will be able to overcome these challenges. Until we come your way, same time, same station next week, you stay healthy and remain blessed.